Saving money on World of Tanks Blitz can be a very tedious and sometimes impossible process. Thankfully, Huawei, which is today's sponsor, definitely has your back. First of all, any purchase you make with Huawei is 15% points back on everything. So if you purchase something, 15% of that money goes back into points that you can use on more in-game purchases. There's also 3 coupons, 1 discounting the Battle Pass by 50% and 2 discounting larger packs by around 20%. So in summary, you can save 65% off of the Battle Pass and up to 35% off on 2 larger purchases because of the 15% points back and then the 50 and 20% coupons as well. If you have any questions about how to use Huawei services, I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can check out the coupons, and it gives you a detailed instruction on how to set it up on your device if you're not using Android. So let's take a look at the new and improved Battle Pass that Wargaming has released this month. Now the cost for the Battle Pass is exactly the same, and unlocking the tanks is pretty similar. The whole general idea of the Battle Pass is still $5 and you get all the great rewards, so it's still definitely worth the price tag for what you're getting in rewards. It's great for credits, you get a tier 6, and heck, if you don't like the tier 6, the best part is you can get an extra 500 gold out of it because it is a collector. So I've always been all for the Battle Pass. It's good on Wargaming for giving everybody really good rewards for such a cheap price tag. If you need credits, free XP, or even certificates for grinding down takes, it's definitely a great deal. Now, if you already have all those things, then maybe not. But for most people that are obviously grinding, it's not a bad deal at all. When we actually take a look at the new missions for the Battle Pass, they're not too bad. Earn 2, 6, and then 16 mastery badges of class 3 or higher. Be among the top 2 players on your team by damage dealt in 2, 5, 13 battles. Receive 4,500, 15,000, and 31,000 XP without multipliers. I mean, these aren't too bad. The only one that you're going to actually have to pay attention for is maybe the Supremacy one, where you have to only play Supremacy, or it might only be encounter the next time, or the ones that are like deal 15,000, 46,000, specifically in a USA or Chinese vehicle. So some of these are specific tanks, and you might not want to deal 110,000 damage in a USA nation tank, or you might not have one. So there are some missions that are going to be a bit trickier than the previous ones, which were just complete your missions, but I guess that's the whole idea Wargaming is going for. The good news is that there's a lot more points you can earn for these missions, which is great, and I think you can get all those daily, so not bad at all. So let's take a look at the new Battle Pass tank, the Charles, I don't really know how to pronounce the name. Either way, let's get our food on it, our croissant, we gotta get our pate, there you go. I've already got my equipment, and the final thing I need to do is get some equipment, or not equipment, but ammunition loaded out. Don't want to spend, obviously, my gold on that. You know what, this tank's got so much ammo, let's go for 15 APCR, that should be fine. So, when we take a look at the Charles, it looks fine. I do want to resize my Blitz so it actually fits in the game. So here we go. Beautiful. Alright, so the Charles looks to be pretty nice. It's got, even though it looks like it's got a pretty small gun, it's actually got a 17 pounder, which means it deals 200 average damage, which is pretty beefy for tier 6, 175 with the premium, not bad at all, and even 270 with the high explosive. Now, one thing you wouldn't expect from this vehicle is the atrocious gun depression of only 5 degrees. Wow. Yeah, you'd think that this tank gets like 10, but nope, only 5. So maybe it's got some good armor. We'll have to find out in battle. When we take a look at its dispersion, not bad at 0.308, and its aiming time is really good as well at 3.2 seconds. It's got 2,375 damage per minute, which is also very solid for what it is. So the gun's nice. It's got very good pen, 171 on the standard and 239 on the premium. It's got a lot of great aspects going for it, and even when we take a look at mobility, very fast at 48 forwards, although very poor in reverse at only 13. But it does have a nice power to weight of 20. So this tank will get very quick up to top speed. It's very mobile at 43 degrees a second of traverse. So I don't really know how this tank's going to play. I think it'll be good, but that gun depression is definitely going to be a downside. Now, when we take a look at the hull armor, it is 75 millimeters on the front and 51 on the sides. If we take a look at a vehicle, let's say like the Jackson, which is a very similar looking vehicle, the Jackson's hull is 100 millimeters and the sides are 55. So, the armor on the Charles is not going to be outright amazing. In fact, it's going to be worse than the Jackson. So, when we take a look at this overall vehicle, it definitely seems balanced. There's no game-breaking aspect I see about this vehicle right now. The Spark obviously had that ridiculously fast interclip. Even the AMX Miss, which was the Christmas Battle Pass tank, had a much faster interclip than the Tech Tree variant. This tank doesn't seem like it has much more over the Tech Tree variant apart from its overall top speed, but its gun depression is so bad that I guess we're just going to have to find out how it plays when we actually get it out in the battlefield. Here we are in our first battle, and up against us we don't have too many impressive tanks. It looks like just a couple tier 6s and then a bunch of tier 5s, so this should be really solid. Alright, well this will be a perfect game to really test out how the Charles works. I really like the camouflage they did for it though, and it looks extremely nice. I would have to say that this is one of the nicest looking Battle Pass camos Wargaming's done yet. Either way, speed is key. You know, if they didn't put that tarp over the top of the tank, it would have actually had plenty of gun depression, but because that tarp is there, look how bad that gun depression is. It's got all that hull to work on, but yet no gun depression. That's so weird. Well, good news is that it's very mobile, as you can see, so at least I can't complain about the mobility, but man, yeah, that gun depression is definitely something I probably will be complaining about. Oh, there goes the Stritzwang. One nice shell right into his tank. Let's reload. Couple more seconds here. Wow, that reload's not bad at all. 2 shells right into the Stritzwang, and that player's dead. Alright, so the gun's nice, as you can see. A 17-pounder with 171 mils of pen in Tier 6 is pretty beefy, especially because you can deal 200 damage per shot. That's pretty nice, I gotta be honest. Our KV-1's driving straight down the center line, which is perfect, because that means if he gets shot, hopefully... Oh, that was a big shot. That's probably a KV-1S camping at the back, because I can't really think of any other alpha that would be that beefy. And there's a 183 tap, so that's probably the KV-1S and, well, yeah, I was right about the KV, and then probably the Churchill gun carrier. But let's make our way over towards their spawn side, and maybe we can get some shells in. This is where that mobility is great. You can see we're going up to 48 kilometers per hour, so not bad. Not bad at all. Speed! I need to get into the front line. Oop, there's an ARL. I don't know if I really want to fight that. But there's a lot of death over here. Let's just word it like that. Yeah, there is. What do I want to do about this? Well, we can try and get some shells into maybe the Churchill or the Su-85. So let's pull over here and take a blind fire. Oop, missed just by a bit. Let's reload, put on my adrenaline, and boop, there you go. One nice shell into the Churchill. Let's reload again. 2 nice shells into the Churchill. Nice. Alright, well that KV-1S looks like he wants to get a piece of me. But I'm just going to farm this Churchill. He might be AFK. I don't really know. But let's start aiming in on this KV. How's my turret armor? Not great. No clue how it was until now. But yeah, I can tell you not great. And ooh, that gun depression's getting me a little nervous. But good news is that we got a lot more DPM than this KV. So don't really need to worry too much. And we're able to easily finish him off. But yeah, that shell went right into our turret. So, ooh. Goodbye, Panzer Schmaltrum. But yeah, I will say that armor on this tank seems to be non-existent. But mobility and the DPM, I guess, are the 2 big takeaways. I don't think there's anything insane about this vehicle, though. This is not like the Cryos. It's not one of those Battle Pass tanks you have to get. That would be my personal opinion on it. Not amazing, but it's definitely a decent Tier 6 vehicle. So that was our first game in it. We were able to deal 1,792 damage. Not bad, nothing crazy. And that was a second class in the vehicle. Alright, let's do one more game and see if we can keep it up. Here we are in our second battle. Another pretty good matchup for this tank, honestly. We got an M6, a Cryos, and a 40 TP up against us. Alright, not bad. Apart from that, they got a MT-25, a T-3485. Yeah, I mean, those tanks aren't super deadly. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the fact that our gun depression is really bad, and I'm going to be driving this because it's so fast. I'm guessing that it should be played more like a frontline tank, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to use the mobility. Why would you give this tank mobility? mobility. So I'm going to use it, and we're going to put it right in the front line and see how its gun depression works and how its armor works. Because it does have a pretty steep upper plate, it's just that it's only 75 millimeters thick. Alright, well, let's get into the front line. Here we go. You can see, though, very, very quick. I do like that. It's pretty weird to drive a tank destroyer that also has great mobility and a fully traversable turret. Alright, well, gun depression, yeah, still really, really bad. We got the T-67 off to the side, and apart from that, I don't think any of their team went this way because I don't see anything. So let's just push off to the side of this T-67, and, boop, there you go. Nice HE right into his rear. Alright, well that's good. Now let's just back up. I don't want to be shot by anything that I can't see because, not fun. Alright, so let's see if anybody's going to try and maybe push into base B. A lot of times, Tames will try to do that. Ooh, we got somebody spotted. It's a Stritzwang. Can't get a shell in yet, but, yeah, okay. Never mind, doesn't make a difference. Oh, we also got an MT-25 over here. Alright, well, if the enemy team's just going to sit out in the open, I'll take full advantage of it. There's a one easy shell into the MT-25, and that SU-100's, yeah, just gonna tap him out of existence. Okay, then. Well, it looks like the enemy did capture base B, but they're already down 3 tanks. I mean, at this point, they're kind of bamboozled, aren't they? Nice shot into the, oh my god, their team is just dead. I don't even care if I don't do any damage. This game is great. Alright, let's push on to the M6 and see how our DPM does work out in this tank. So there's one bounce on his vehicle. You can see the standard pen's nice, but not ridiculous. And we also got tapped by that Cryos, which kind of sucks. All right, well, let's go for another pen onto his tank. And yeah, you can see the hit points do not last a lot on this vehicle. All right, well, let's back up. That Cryos looks like he's going to absolutely tunnel me, though. Not much I can really do, is there? I want to shoot you, but my Panzer IV has no clue what he's doing. Well, that sucks. Reverse speed, I will say, is atrocious. Trying to get out of trouble is almost impossible in this tank. Thankfully, we got a nice shot into the M6. And, yeah, that's about it. There's the Cryos, and because we have such bad gun depression, I can't really shoot him. But hey, look, there's the KV-2 finishing off him again across the map. I wish I had that kind of luck in the KV-2. That guy literally one-shot like 4 tanks. Alright, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolverine, basically. It's a tier 5 tank destroyer brought up to tier 6 with a better gun. If it had gun depression, I think it would be a fine tank, but because it doesn't really have gun depression, it struggles a lot. So my suggestion would be stay a bit in the back of the map and you'll do fine in it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.